I feel like these lyrics really go incredibly well with the visuals of Suga going outside in that sunset. There's a beautiful golden hour light shining on him, and then his dog comes into the frame as well. It really shows that, at the end of every day, as ugly as it may be, as depressing and as sad as it could be, the sunset is always beautiful. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We have a special video today. We're celebrating the release of Suga, aka Agust D, and IU's collaboration with People Part 2. Now, before getting into Part 2, I actually wanted to make this reaction extra special. Not just check out Part 1, which is from a different album by Suga, but also check out the music video, Agust D, as it has been suggested ever since I reacted to Suga's first music video with Detruta, and I probably butchered the pronunciation there, but that music video was mentioned quite a bit in that reaction, so I feel like it's kind of fitting and is going to make this reaction a little bit sweeter. Plus, I'm kind of expecting completely different contrast between all three of these songs, not just lyrically, but also instrumentally. I expect Agust D to be a little bit more hard-hitting instrumentally and be more in your face from some of the lyrics that I checked out on genius.com as far as like symbolisms and metaphors and all that kind of stuff go. So I'm very, very excited to talk about some of the things that I read, but obviously we'll first check out the music video, then we'll check out People Part 1, and then we'll dive into People Part 2 with IU. Their first collaboration with Agust D, Suga, and IU with 8 was absolutely incredible. It's one of the most beautiful songs I think I've ever checked out, but it's also a song that I don't really find myself wanting to revisit because of how the lyrics actually kind of hit me. Due to some personal stuff that it kind of like reminded me of. It's not necessarily a song that, although it's incredibly beautiful, it's definitely a song that I need to listen to when I'm at a specific place in my head. And it was actually quite beautiful that IU managed to almost like flip it around with her live performance with the Golden Hour concert, and how that song in that performance almost sounded like a celebration, and it made me not feel as sad as I was when I first reacted to the music video. So it was absolutely incredible. The song is insanely beautiful. If you guys are enjoying these reactions, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, check out the Patreon if you want to see some exclusive reactions, as well as support the production of these videos here on YouTube. A lot of the reactions also include BTS content such as Run BTS, some of the vlogs, some of the special BTS episodes, as well as Suga's episodes on Suchita, with interviews with Hoshi, Jimin, of course, and also RM. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, damn. A little bit of fire. Can't help but think of BTS fire. Oh. Oh. This is awesome. Far from the sugar, nice. Oh damn. Sugar is bigger. Okay, this is super fucking cool, and I love the fact that he says next up is Billboard, and I think I saw a comment under this video saying that shortly after BTS actually got on Billboard, which is really fucking cool, and I love his energy here. I love how in your face he gets, and he's throwing insults left and right, but he's also all of the this is not just shit talking, this is facts. And it reminds me a lot, like some of the things that he says. If you want to go faster, make a reservation for a first class. You're in economy, I'm in business. It reminds me of that guide with BTS where RM and Suga were being clowned on by these rappers or something. And now it's like, look who's talking. Like, basically throwing shade at all of them with all of the sales that he's making and everything that BTS is doing. Uh, Fuck you, I'm a pain in your ass, too far from the sugar. It is literally sugar. That's fucking awesome. Let's take it all the way back. And plus the fact that he is almost like a prisoner, there's fire happening around him. Almost like a riot of sorts. It's literally like everything that he's been waiting to say, but he waited for the right opportunity to clap back at every single motherfucker that tried to clown him and talk down on him. And now he's making millions, he's making bank while you can barely afford to pay the basic bills. Which is kind of like awesome. I mean, talk your shit. I even love that the handcuffs they're flying. Like nobody's putting those handcuffs as far as like one person. It almost like reminds me of the floating microphones in Mic Drop. As far as like all of these people have no actual power, but everybody's got a mic, but there's no substance behind that mic. So all these handcuffs are almost like handcuffs that he put on himself in a way, because he's been waiting and waiting to be unleashed. Almost kind of like reminds me of Jet Li Unleashed, and now he's going off on everybody.
그만 형들과 다른 유명인의 하극상 damn 센 놈은 덤벼 어떤 이는 내가 이 자리에 쉽게 앉았다고 해요 fucking 나 성공과 거리가 먼 형들 사이 눈에 가시네요 솔직히 싸이 한 월 쪽팔려 이제 1년에 50만 장 팔아 K-POP이란 카테고리 날 담기에는 사이즈가 다른
Being too big for K-pop, that's an awesome flex. Damn. Okay, this I do want to talk about right off the bat, because he's literally mentioning A to the G to the U to the S T, which for a second I thought that maybe he's saying that someone else, all they can get is an STD. But if you spell Agust D backwards, it spells TD sugar. Part of Agust spells sugar. The DT means Daegu town, so it's basically saying sugar from Daegu. And that's something that I just read on genies.com. So let's get back into it. Just wanted to throw it out there because I know that potentially a lot of the comments are going to tackle that. So I just wanted to acknowledge that right away. All over the world. Tongue technology, damn. I'm about to get an aneurysm. Ooh, sugar. That he's not putting extra sugar. He's putting extra fucking hot sauce on it. Jesus Christ. A to the G to the U to the FTD. A to the G to the U to the FTD. 홍콩을 보내는 맛탐 테크나. 난 백이는 걸 백이는 놈을 좁아다가 후배는 선배는 자기는 놈 팽이는 내가 백이는 그래 백이는 I cannot keep up. Oh my god. Damn. Wait. All your fried rappers should be thankful that I'm an idol. I think I saw a comment on the Dechitan. Sorry, I'm having trouble for some reason with that with the pronunciation. I'm pretty sure that there's something similar to that as far as like Suga not appearing on some rap show or something like that, and people talk shit, and now he's basically like owning everybody. Like the more you talk, the bigger the hole that you dig for yourself. Because I'm just keeping it quiet, and then I'm going to wait until the opportunity strikes, and I'm going to pounce. Which he acknowledges like jealousy and whining, making all this noise. While you're making whining noises, I make noises that make fucking impact around the world, whether it's with Agust D, Suga, or with BTS. Literally fucking taking all over the world. This is fucking cold-blooded. Shout out to Jesse. I hunted down those who copy the copiers, get them down no matter who the fuck they are. We'll talk about it later, because I think there's an explanation for that on Genius too. So let's take it back. The water was literally shaking in the aquarium. Was that a spider in the water? Oh, no. I thought it was a spider. Damn. Damn. Oh, it's a caravan. Damn. BTS really loves setting things on fire, including haters. Damn. Ooh. Holy shit. And I'm not sure if the house that he's in that ended up being a caravan and it's moving, is that like a representation potentially of like him coming from humble beginnings and in a way like not forgetting where he came from, and but at the same time he's throwing so much shade because it's so well fucking deserved. The house, it's almost like a cool representation of him like talking about being too big to fit the K-pop category because he's also a rapper and he can cover so much more ground than it seems like. And he, again, it reminds me of that moment in the BTS guide with him and RM, with the guys talking shit to him. Oh, you're getting your makeup on and all that kind of stuff. You're an idol and whatnot. And he's basically like, bitch, you better be thankful that I'm an idol. Otherwise, I would be owning your ass 24/7, but I'm too busy doing my own thing, flying from Brazil to all of these different countries all over the world, flying business, while you are out here barely able to make do. I'm out there changing lives while you can barely control yours. Selling 500,000 copies a year. Only the strong ones can mess with me as far as like fuck with me, as far as like, oh, I fuck with this guy, or as far as like, I'm not going down, stooping to your level. I'm doing this as a one-time thing, or like a two-time thing with Detruta, for example, where I'm going to show you who's boss, and you better be thankful that I'm only doing it a couple of times and I'm not doing this on a regular basis because I'm too busy being an idol while still doing the thing that you accuse me of sucking at as being a rapper I'm doing it better than you, and you don't even consider me to be a full-time rapper because I'm an idol and whatnot. It's fucking awesome. The music video itself is incredibly chaotic as far as like the state of the that house, the caravan, everything is on the floor, and now it makes sense because the fucking place is moving with the truck. The tongue technology was also really really cool because I'm so sophisticated. Like I'm the Tony Stark of this bitch. And there's a really cool line that is a reference apparently from a pre-debut track. We are Bulletproof Part 1. In this song, he says, "I'm the guy who shoves his junior or senior, who copies from copiers. I'm the guy that will carve history, and it doesn't matter if I'm nasty or if I'm whack." Genius.com talks about how the line is copying me when I catch the bastards to copy. Doesn't matter if they're Hubei or Sunbei. I poach them, being a good for nothing, being whack, okay. Being fake, my body's carving history into this place. I'm the savior of this place. It's a throwback that serves as both a reminder that Yoongi's main motivations have remained the same from the pre-debut, even after BTS's meteoric rise to success, and as emphasis. He's bent on making history and wants to make that crystal clear. And that to me actually kind of like makes even more sense as far as like him not shying away from who he always was and what were his intentions, which is maybe why we have that caravan, like as far as like BTS coming from very humble beginnings, very small company. The practice room or something that was leaking as far as like the Run BTS song, like, and the guy that we checked out, like they did not have it easy and they deserved every ounce that they have currently, well deservingly so. So to me, like that caravan, that house that is very messed up, but it's moving, much like he does. He's continuing to move forward, but he's not forgetting who he was. So busy that he cannot rest, which is also something that is kind of prominent with BTS songs. I think that even was it perhaps Black Swan, like Always in My Studio, Run BTS also talks about like basically being a workaholic. Like there's a lot of songs that kind of touched on those aspects. And I hope those idiots who have lost their opportunities keep each other company. So you can make a pretty nice little circle of all of the people that talk shit and lost sight of what is important by, you know, focusing on me rather than focusing on themselves. All you guys do is just be jealous and childish and don't realize what's important, much like these lyrics here by Suga say, "From Paris to New York, my non-stop schedule." Again, this is fucking awesome. I'm the crazy guy, the lunatic on the beat, and he absolutely was. Like that second verse was absolute insanity. His flow was just freaking impeccable. The tongue technology line honestly is sending me, and it's definitely something that you need to be very, very careful with if you're trying to like meet someone at a bar. Don't talk about your tongue technology in that context because probably she's going to throw a drink at you. She's not going to be too impressed. But in context with the actual song, this is fucking awesome. And I just, I love how sharp the lyrics are. Like he is literally going 120 miles per hour. He's going 200. He's not letting go. He's like that fighter that has cardio for all 5 rounds, championship rounds. He's never letting off. And he's going to annihilate you. It's really, really cool. And like literally being so incredibly sarcastic while in the music video, like smiling. "I'm sorry. I mean it. Sorry for taking away your source of income. Sorry, I reject fury. Your mom's gonna be sad." Oh, damn. Being sincerely sarcastic. This is almost like the Mad King talking as he's cutting everybody's heads. If we want to throw it forward to Dechita, sorry, or just sorry either way, I butchered the name. In any case, this kind of feels like he's the Mad King version of himself, as he's like sparing no lives as he's going crazy and ripping everybody's heads off. This was awesome. This is an unbelievable, almost like this hype song that will really get you all fucking hyped up. This was incredible. And I loved the beat. I loved Sugar's flow. It was absolutely insane. And just in general, this song was just absolutely an awesome ride, no pun intended, and Suga did a phenomenal job. And honestly, I'm not someone who is going to condone violence, but these fuckers had it coming. I mean, he's been waiting and waiting, and he finally let off. And he pretty much blew everything up, much like they did in Mic Drop, to be honest. It's so ironic that Suga is also the one in Fire who sets the guy on fire, as he says, I forgive you, or something like that, which could potentially be tied to this a little bit, as like, I'm no longer potentially like mad at you. Whereas here in this music video, he's being incredibly sincerely sarcastic about being sorry. Like, I'm sorry I took all your money because you're an idiot who just focused on me instead of focusing on his own craft. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next song. This is going to be quite the contrast because I'm expecting something very emotional from People Part 1. Let's go. Lyrics on genius.com, not a lyric video. Sorry, but I want to be as accurate as possible.
Yeah. 산들바람 스쳐가는 사람 스며드는 사람 나는 어떤 사람 나는 좋은 사람 아님 나쁜 사람 평가는 가지각색 그냥 나로 살아 다들 살아가겠지 다들 사랑하겠지 다들 바래가겠지 시간 됐지 사람들은 변하지 나도 변했듯이 세상살이 영원한 건 없었다 지나가는 happening Why so serious? Why so serious?
I mean, I'm obviously thinking of the Joker now. Damn.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I'm so
Oh. This is a beautiful contrast. Be like water, my friend.
불편한 다들 감수하지 극적인 상황들의 반복은 삶을 지치게도 해 사람들이 그런 거지 없으면 있고 싶기도 있으면 없고 싶기도 누가 사람이지 동물이라 했나 내가 보기에는 후회의 동물이 분명한데 사람들은 변하지 너도 변했듯이 세상살이 영원한 건 없었다 지나가는 happening 너의 평범함은 되려 나의 특별함 너의 특별함은 되려 나의 평범함
That's an interesting line. Damn. The singing voice is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Holy shit. Damn, that was incredible. There's an interesting line in the second pre-chorus. Your ordinary became my special became my ordinary became your special, my special became your ordinary. I feel like there's an interesting contrast there because there's obviously an explanation which we'll click on in a second, but I just want to think for myself for a moment there. It feels like everything that you as a fan think is special is pretty much ordinary to Suga. Like the fame, the luxury, the money, everything is just another day for him while it's someone else's wish. But at the same time, his wish is maybe something that is your ordinary life, as far as like being able to be yourself without worrying about who may see it, because you have the opportunity to not think about that privacy that he so very much lacks, because he can go anywhere, pretend most likely without being noticed. Of course, it's fucking BTS at the end of the day. Everywhere you go, you basically become the spotlight. You are the spotlight. I feel like a lot of people who get that fame to actually talk about it, like not having that privacy, just wanting to be normal, which in a lot of instances is being taken out of context, as far as like, oh, boo hoo, you have money and fame and whatnot, and you just want to be a normal person. Like it's not it's not until you live that life that you will actually understand why idols and artists in general say these things, and why maybe someone was even happier when they were a nobody, perhaps, or just in general, like not knowing that everything that you want, meeting Suga or having his life, in reality, for him is just ordinary, and for him is just another Tuesday, and it doesn't feel uh like his life is anything special. Like his special life is ordinary to him, while your ordinary life is actually special to him, and vice versa. So let's actually click on the explanation. Oh, it's a big one. In BTS's docu-series Break the Silence, Yoongi mentioned these particular lines in an interview, saying, "You lose as much as you gain as much as you lose. For me, I lost the ordinary. That's the biggest change. What that means is what's ordinary to others is very special to me, whereas what's special to others is very ordinary to me. Then, before you know it, your set of values changes. The values with which you see the world. Living an unorthodox life as a worldwide musician, known musician, thrown under a spotlight, there are many differences that set Yoongi apart from the rest of the world, creating a downcast mood. He expresses how his outcasted demeanor leads him to wonder if he should be judged as a good person to other people's standards, if the other people live far different lives than him." That's absolutely beautiful, and obviously, it's something that he touches on in the first verse, asking, what kind of person am I? Am I a good one or a bad one? There's many ways to judge. But at the end of the day, just like every person who would live on in love, he would fade away and be forgotten. People change just like I have changed. There's nothing that lasts forever in this world. Everything is just happening. Everything is just a happening that passes by. I don't know why children are screaming their lungs out outside. I'm sorry if you have to hear that. But this is quite beautiful. Everybody changes, of course, but not everybody has that kind of a microscope on them as an idol has or a celebrity has. And whenever somebody changes, everybody looks at it as a negative. Like everybody falls in love with a version of you, and the second you start changing, it's almost as if like you either sold out or you changed for the worse, or you just became a completely different person, when in reality it's just a normal evolution. As you live and you become older and you go through various life experiences, it changes you. It makes you more emotional, less emotional, more understanding of others. And obviously the phrase "why so serious" is pretty much synonymous with Heath Ledger's Joker, which is why I instantly thought of it, and I'm sure most of you have as well. Which is a really cool touch, as far as like asking the people, why do you care so much about someone's life? Just focus on your own. But also, I'm so serious, he says. Like, I'm so serious about, why am I taking this so much to heart, about wondering, am I a good person or a bad person? Why do I get hung up on all of these bad thoughts? And why do I take life so incredibly seriously? And I'm so consumed by it. While asking, why are you so serious about this? I'm acknowledging that I'm also so very serious myself. So it's absolutely beautiful. And the chorus is very much captivating. Again, touching on that why so serious line in different ways. Like, so what if you get hurt? So what if this happens and that happens? Just move on. Just take life as is and accept that there's no sunshine without a little bit of rain or something like that. Like, life has ups and downs. So just, you have to accept it for what it is. You can't always be happy and always have positivity in your life. Special life, ordinary life, each in his own way. Like, much like the second pre-chorus touches, that your ordinary life is special to me, while my ordinary life that is very much special to someone else because of the magnitude of that stardom that I have. It's absolutely beautiful, and he just flows with the times, with the water, whatever it may be at the end of the tunnel. I'm cool with it. I need to make it special for myself, even if I feel like it's ordinary right now. And this is a very comforting song that is almost like, kind of like, makes you smile and accept that life is not always fair. Like, discomfort is something everyone has to withstand. The repetition of dramatic situation can make your life exhausting. When you're not there, you want to be there. And when you are, you don't want to. Who said people are animals of wisdom? For me, obviously, we are animals of regret, because obviously we get so hung up on the things that we can do or we didn't do. And all that's left is a lot of regret rather than being wise. Wise is only something that you can get with withstanding some drama and discomfort and trauma in general. You can't just have that wisdom unless you lived a life that will build you up to it and build that, character in a way. I'm kind of blown away by the contrast of being so in your face and basically stabbing you with facts, but now he's like stabbing you with truth that you almost need to hear. And it's going to make your life better for it. This was incredible, and the chorus is absolutely fantastic. The chill nature of Yoongi's voice here is such a contrast to his rapping voice, where he's so methodically like dismantling the haters basically, but here he's just like, it feels like a heart-to-heart conversation that I'm having, almost like with Yoongi as a psychologist or something. This is beautiful. Let's now move on to People Part 2 featuring IU. I'm incredibly excited. I'm very happy to have more IU on the channel after that Spotlight episode, if you want to check it out. And there's a playlist up there for both BTS content and IU content if you want to check it out. And I'm excited. Let's go. Ooh.
So time is here, now right it go. I know you know it.
IU immediately hits your fucking soul, and watching Suga type in that notepad kind of like reminds me of that Run BTS episode where they wrote those poems before going on a break and reading them in the outdoors. This is pretty cool because he immediately, when he had an idea or something, he grabbed that notepad. This is cool. IU is immediately piercing your soul with her vocals.
So time is here, now right it go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now right it go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면 순간의 감정의 날 조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 두려운 게 슬픈
Let's take it back. Man, I wasn't loved enough as a child. Maybe that's why I'm so cautious. Plus, like him being alone, it hits that much harder with literally BTS enlisting one by one. I believe J-Hope recently made an announcement or something. This is 2025. Let's fingers crossed
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면
for time to
순간에
pass
감정에 나
fast.
조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 두려운 게 슬픈 거야
Oh, damn.
Far away you're gone Getting far away
Damn.
Too far away you're gone I know I have to know yeah
Oh, doggy.
Time is here, now Friday go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday
And the aesthetic is just beautiful.
Nobody doesn't know anymore.
당신은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아 함께 미래 그리던 우리는 없고 쌓은 모든 성들을 부셔버린 것은 우린 거야 승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 루저 모든 걸 주겠다던 우린 모든 것을 부셔 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든 모두가 이기적이기 때문이야
Oh,
Far away you're gone
damn.
Getting far away
And music is the only thing that comforts. Cash? Johnny Cash? What?
Too far away you're gone I know I have to know yeah
So time is here, now Friday go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday go.
Are those Grado headphones? Damn. Grado, Grado.
떠가는 사람 사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까 수많은 사람 스쳐간 사람 사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까 그래 말야 이타적인 게 어쩌면 되려 이기적이네 널 위해 한다는 말은 곧 내 욕심이기에 욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허상
Damn.
삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기에는 외로움들과의 싸움이 내 눈물이 터져 나오면 그대 울어도 돼 당신은 사랑받기에도 이미 충분한데
Time is here,
Damn.
now Friday go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Yeah.
Damn, that's beautiful. And literally the
뭔가
special life.
뭐 사람들한테 전달하고 싶은 이야기도 있지만 나
Special to you,
자신한테
ordinary to
이야기를
me.
하는 것처럼 들린다라는 이야기를 많이 들었거든요. 사실이기도 하고요. 그때 당시에 코로나로
Damn.
여러 가지 것들을 할 수 없을 때 굉장히 모든 것을 잃어버렸다라고 생각을 했을 때 썼던 곡이기 때문에 나 자신한테 되게 해주고 싶었던 이야기였습니다.
That's beautiful. Holy shit, that was beautiful. COVID-19 was also mentioned with Jimin's album. And I'm sure that, like, the peak of COVID, when it just blew up, there was an incredible rise of depression. There was an incredible rise from what I remember, even like things like even domestic violence, just like being confined in that space by either by yourself or with a loved one, and it really kind of like seemed to have pushed the limits of how much two people love each other, which was kind of like crazy to me to see. There was like a statistic of sorts of how much elevated those percentages were of not even the depression but the violence and whatnot. I feel like these lyrics are incredibly relatable, COVID-19 or not, actually, as far as like dealing with being in a dark place, being incredibly depressed. um, and what is it about loss that makes us so sad? In reality, it's the dread that makes us sad in reality, because you can't forget it. You lost something, you lost someone. Um, and all you can do is think about it, and that makes it even worse, and you fall down further down the rabbit hole of depression. Also, Suga literally mentions Sandcastle in I Use 8 as well. Suga and I Use 8. Whereas in 8, and Genius.com actually touches on that as well. Forever young, the word forever is a sandcastle. Here he says forever is something like a sandcastle. It comes crumbling down at the calmest of waves. You never know what's going to happen and what is going to set that forever to a never. You never know what someone's true intention. People change, much like in People Part 1. Everybody changes and everybody perceives you differently as you evolve. And somebody who was your forever today might be your never tomorrow, will be forgotten tomorrow. But also, in context with COVID, I love my fans forever. I love this music forever. It's going to be what I do forever. And suddenly you realize that not even music can actually save you from like this depression and whatnot. And suddenly you feel like you've lost your fans because COVID hits and you can't really do anything. You can't meet them. There's no concerts. There's no nothing. Social interaction, social media interactions can only get you so far. You want something much like Suga says in the lyrics, a sincere connection with others. Therefore, I don't want anything that is forever. I want something real in this moment, something sincere, because you never know what's going to set it off. And if somebody tells you that you're there forever or this thing is there forever, the calmest of waves can ruin it. So the smallest thing, as simple as somebody like changing with the times, it can set that off and destroy that sandcastle. Honestly, this song feels like this incredible blanket that is going to like comfort you, but at the same time still hit you with like harsh realities and truth of what it's not trying to necessarily offer a solution. It just makes you realize that everybody's been through um, these hardships and anyone can relate, especially because we all kind of went through COVID together while being as far away from each other as possible. The us that dreamt of a future together is no more. We're the ones who tore down the sandcastle, much like the sandcastle that could be crumbled by the calmest of waves. And also saying that love and people are both selfish. And then talking about, is love wholly perfect on its own, and selflessness can actually be selfish too. I literally typed in selflessness is selfish. And selflessness will always, that's something that I found online, selflessness will always be driven by serving one's feelings, values, or desires, which is ultimately serving yourself. The only possible selflessness would be choosing to deny your desires simply because they're your desires to deny, regardless of whether those desires were selfish or selfless. So he literally later touches on it. Will I be happy if I give up my greed? A half illusion that can never be fulfilled. And one of the most beautiful lines is actually the bridge. They say life is a struggle between resistance and submission. I say it's a struggle against loneliness, and if you can't hold it back, it's okay to cry. You're already more than enough to be loved, so time is yet now. Um, I feel like it's needless to even talk about this because it's I feel like this line by itself, this song is definitely going to hit the feels of at the very least 99.8% of the people who will listen to it, and obviously there's going to be 0.2% that is going to hate on it for no fucking reason. I feel like these lyrics really go incredibly well with the visuals of Suga going outside in that sunset. There's a beautiful golden hour light shining on him, and then his dog comes into the frame as well. It's beautiful in the sense that you can only struggle for so long, and every once in a while it gets too tough, and it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay. And then like that sunset is is very symbolic in the sense that it shows the fact that even in the most ugliest of places, the sunset will always be beautiful. So it doesn't really matter where you are. Obviously, he's in a beautiful place, but the sunset is still beautiful. And it's about appreciating the little things because all these bigger things were taken away from you. There's just a beautiful contrast in the music video between like him going to writing in his notepad, potentially like writing new lyrics or sharing his emotions, taking his mind off of things, taking his mind off of with the music that he's trying to produce, whether it's in the house or in the studio, trying to escape to some other place. The video tries to show some escapism in a way, but you can only do so much. You're still alone. You can't share yourself with anyone. You can't have that sincere connection that he talked about, that forever that doesn't actually exist because COVID hit and now we're separated. And again, interacting with fans or with your loved ones on the phone can only do you so much. You need human physical connection at the end of the day. It really shows that, you know, at the end of every day, as ugly as it may be, as depressing and as sad as it could be, the sunset is always beautiful. And it's about seeing that beauty in the smallest of things, like seeing the bigger picture. Also, the sun, kind of like he's almost like sun kissed, as the lyrics say. It's you're already more than enough to be loved. Like it is just beautiful. It's just comforting, and it's just incredibly symbolic and poetic. I really, really love this song. Honestly, this song was incredibly beautiful. And I feel like the contrast between Suga and IU, the vocals, the lyrics, it's just an incredible comfort song. And again, it doesn't provide a solution. It just tells you that it's okay to have those bad days. It's okay to cry if you can't hold it back anymore. You can only hold for so long. Um, and life is a constant struggle against loneliness. And it's not just about resisting and submitting, especially at a time like, 2019 when COVID peaked and hit in general. So this was incredible. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. See you.